This is Illinois Radio with Bekoe, Illinois Jones, and Pretty Riot going down right now.
You're tuned in to Illinois Radio, Chicago's most valuable radio show. I'm your host, Bekoe, alongside Pretty Riot and Illinois Jones. And as always, we bring you all the illest guests from around the city and globe. And today, we got the homie Mogul in the building.
What's going on, Bekoe? Jones, what's up, bro?
You sound all cool and calm and shit.
I know, man.
Like
I know, man. That's what a pre-conversation does to you.
Nah, dog, what's going on with you, bruh?
I'm well, man. How y'all?
We blessed, bro. Highly favored.
I do for to say that. I do for to say
good,
that.
Man.
Thank you.
Y'all looking good. Y'all looking healthy.
We got a mogul in the building. How else we
Valuable.
were supposed to come today?
Y'all look valuable, man.
Oh, valuable.
Brother. You know what? Speaking of valuable,
Talk to him.
I got to give you your flowers, my
Give 'em
brother.
to him.
Oh, man.
You know, outside of everything you've been doing and putting in behind the scenes
For sure.
and in front of the scenes, you, my brother, donated. You know, we don't get too many people that come in here and actually read the email like that and support and donate.
I love a good email.
You feel you are one of few, one of few.
It should be more. We got to donate to the platforms that support us, man, for sure. Keep this thing alive, man. This ain't no church.
My brother, I appreciate that.
That's a commercial.
I'm just saying, y'all pay taxes.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
You
Churches
ain't motherfucking
don't.
lying.
It costs. Everything ain't free. But I mean, we do free interviews, but as you see, shit
Your
costs.
time ain't free, though.
You right about that.
It's your IP, man.
And
You're giving that to other people. You got to appreciate it. That's why I appreciate the call being on your platform.
Matter of fact, let me just, because it's been very few, my brother, and we appreciate you for taking our time to do that. Now, Mogul, let's just jump into it, man. First and foremost, how you doing today, man?
I'm amazing.
I'm amazing.
I'm blessed. Life is good.
That's good.
Everybody healthy. You know, little shit be happening, but we cool.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
We done seen you pop out to, 4 or 5 of our last consecutive
Whenever
events.
I can, man.
Straight supporting straight supporting as always. But for those that don't know about Mogul, let people know a little bit about your background as far as where you're from. You represent the Heights, so
Yeah, I
let
am
people
from
know.
Chicago Heights, West Side, Beacon Hill, for sure, up top. But that's it. That's where I'm from. Went to high school in Harvey because of municipal reasons. After high school, you jump right into full-time music for the most part, and then some other things happen.
So with you going from high school, jumping right into the music business,
I was doing music in high school too.
I mean, how did that, raise you fully? Because think about it, you in high school, you still in them books. Some people in them books trying to get a degree. You on the other side of the rim, like, man, I'm trying to make something shake for myself.
Yeah, and that we was younger too, so we didn't have like what I think some of the artists have now, which is supportive parents. Like if you look at like Polo, his mom is his manager, or like situations like that, or like I think Jay Morant dad like be at every game. Like I didn't have like that. I was like more like, no, they cared about the school part, and getting a high school diploma was a big deal for my mom. You know what I'm saying? And my pops, like they was like their biggest requirement.
Did you get it?
For sure.
Music, access to music and making music at that time wasn't easy as it is
that's
today
what I was
either.
about to say. Like me and even Quarters, bro, in the room too. But we used to like really like press CDs on a hard drive and write on them with a Sharpie and print out mixtape covers and get a tower and like print out 100 copies and like sell hard copies and sell weed at the same time. Like we was outside doing that. So now it's like in the digital era, it's like you can just get it to people so much easier, But like,
What do you prefer? Did you prefer the physical hand to hand? Actually out here in these streets meeting people, or do you?
I'm all
prefer
about
this digital?
technology. I like it how it is now. I'm trying to figure out how to bridge the gap with that. I really want to test certain methods and certain theories. Like I'm techie too, by the way, so don't even take me down that road because I do tech for real.
I mean, we finna take it though.
But I got other ideas. I miss the vinyl area and the CD era, in the physical to go to the store that moment, that Sam Goody Fridays, and when you go there, Rip Oaks, small shit like that. I remember that and I miss that. But as times evolve, it's gonna be fucking Tesla semis. On the streets of the
Riding by
so, like, you gotta
themselves,
move with the times.
autopilot.
So like the biggest thing is just, how to just get straight to consumer. So I got ideas and I got platforms that I'm a part of with certain partners. Shout out to Lyrical and Beezy. We have a platform that we in the beta phase of developing where we gonna get straight to consuming and cut out,
Hey,
everything.
slow down, slime. Hold on, you moving too fast, nah. Because you gotta, because they gotta understand your resume, brother.
Okay,
they gotta understand your resume. Now, Mogul, you was rapping at that time in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was you known as Mogul?
No, I was not. Shit. What was shit? What was it?
Shy.
It was shy. It was shy.
It was just shy.
It was shy for the most part. Everybody could recognize me as shy back then for sure.
So after you graduated high school, because I know you was doing some things as far as business wise, right? Yeah. Did that happen instantly after high school, or did it take time for you to?
I was dipping and dabbling in both because my brother is a highly respected music executive, and he was on the road at the time, so they had like pulled me out of school to go be with them. But at the time, I was still pursuing music because I kind of came up under Bugatti, so like being with them all the time and shit like that. So like to deal with like doing music, I like first shit was like Bow Wow Scream to a Hype Man, shit like that, like little shit like that I was just getting plays on, But then actually doing music was like around like sophomore year when I was like, we taking this shit serious and having my own little small company and shit like that, little like small record label where we was just working music, doing that.
What did that do being on the Scream tour? Because that shit was popping.
It was just, but I'd seen crowds already, but it was just different to see it for a young nigga. Because I had saw it with adults. Because Bow Wow was like the first child star I saw physically. Bow Wow was that nigga.
Yeah.
And I saw like people pass out. Like people saw Michael Jackson, I saw Bow Wow. For real, like with them though. So like it was different. So that made me definitely want to come home and get busy.
Now, with you being, doing tours like that, did you have a team at that time, or what really was it?
I was just a little nigga. That's what I'm saying. I done played every position in this shit, bro.
Damn.
I was the little nigga. I was the assistant. I was the condom holder. I was
condom holder.
Swear to God, I can't make this shit up. My job was, at one point was just to hold the condoms, bro.
That's a good job. Shit, I mean,
shit up, bro. I learned how to count on tour. Like, man, please. Like, I'm really a music industry baby, bro. Like, I done did every job. Every job I've hired for, every job I provide for, I've done it. That's why the humility is there, why everybody get treated the same, because I was that nigga. I didn't get no alley-oops, no none of that. Like, all this shit was earned. I had to go through every role manager, business manager, personal manager, paid child support for niggas, name it. Like, yeah, bro.
You paid child support for niggas?
I was niggas' accountant. I had all they money in my account.
I'm about to say, I thought you came out your own pocket. I'm saying, damn, nigga, I want to sign to you, nigga.
It was my job to just pay other niggas' bills. No, at one point I was just paying the niggas' bills.
I ain't even got no kids. I was going to pop some shit off just to say, well, Mogul got it.
Nah. But it was just like learning niggas audits and shit, like learning niggas like monthly bills and shit, and just learning like, okay, some of this shit can be auto pay, some of this shit got to be watched. It just helped, and I've had real large lump sums of money in my accounts at times that I've been able to leverage too, because I didn't know back then, like having 4-5 million in my account at one time, well, account that is under a LLC that I'm the main priority person on. I didn't know the leverage of that.
So before we get into this music break, you were talking about money. So what's the largest amount that you blew through that taught you like, okay, I gotta make sure this shit work for next time, because I wasn't supposed to run through this shit like this.
$250,000. Because it was fast and I got it too fast, and I started thinking I could retire everybody right then. Like first quarter ticket, and I got it in 2 payments, so 125, all within 6-7 weeks of each other. I was rich. You couldn't tell me shit, man. Pops, it's over with.
Everybody quit their jobs.
Moms, it's over with. No, for real. And but I put myself in that hole, and I'm in that hole to this day. Meaning, like, not in a hole, but I just set that precedent too fast. I should have chilled with the first 250 and just did shit for me and probably set some more shit up. I ain't learned to the next one. Like, okay, cool, but yeah,
shit,
retiring people too quick, thinking I had it like that, thinking this shit was forever. Nigga spend $3,000 a day, be done in a year.
Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Riot, and I need you to do one sminy. Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Riot, and I just need you to do one small favor for me. Head on over to your app store, search iLLANOiZE. Hit the first thing that pops up, because we the one and only, and download the iLLANOiZE app.
I just want to say I've came across your music back when I was at this one station, WindyCityUnderground.com. I was there, and That's some shit. That's a long time ago. That's history. Man, listen, I used to hear Mogul name. It was Young Mogul Shy.
For sure.
At the time, you feel me? And the events was turned. Y'all used to show up hella deep at events.
50 a minimum.
All black. Everybody got on black and white leathers. All turned. Even and then I really saw it down in Texas. South by Southwest?
Yeah.
And you know, we was all down there real heavy, man, and just seeing how you moved, it was like, yo, like I don't even think we had actual sat down and actual spoke and just chopped it up, but it was just like, yo, this nigga moves so like militant, like he's like got his shit on point. I always wanted to know like where did you get your move from? Like who taught you how to move like that? Like
I've been valuable a long time, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie. I gotta move that way. And I done paid enough lawyer fees to feel like, okay, let's just pay for this shit.
Right.
But back then, that was just mandatory. I was living like that,
right.
And I wasn't on this type of time like all the way. It was just starting to happen, but nah, niggas still had shit going on. And at the same time, niggas was just trying to show niggas the experience because we could afford to.
Right.
Like, you know, my average travel back then, South by days, 5K. What, 6, 7, 8 rooms, right? All on the same floor. Like, but this was learning from my other scenario. So learning how to move, learning how to block off a whole floor of the hotel. I'm not even staying here if I can't get the whole half of the hotel.
What was something that made you figure like I have to do this? Like this is an experience that I have to share. You know what I mean?
Because I got the experience, and we've been doing this a long time. Like I always want to reiterate that I created smoking trucks because of quarters and torrents. Because before that, I respected everybody around me, but I never respected somebody enough to respect what they want to do on my time.
Right.
Because I'm the nigga getting paid to go to these shows and all of that, but I had people around me that I respected enough that we got enough money that we had a smoking truck. So now I don't like to smoke around. Like I don't like to be around smoke. So there was a non-smoking car that I was in, and then they had another truck. So when but it was always about accommodating my niggas because I could afford to. And I never felt like, I never was no big eye nigga. Like I wanted everybody, we go to the club, everybody got the same bottle. It was never no, I get a Douce and you don't drink. Like, no, we just getting, how many niggas is it? All right, cool, we getting 6 Douces because that's going to take care of however many niggas got with niggas. Like, we was just thinking like that. And I always been a weed nigga.
I peeped that too. I want to say the first time I met you, I forgot what the hell. It was actually Chanel True's listening party. I was busting your ass in pool. Yeah, you remember that? Pool, yeah, you remember that?
I don't know if you bust my ass, but because it's your platform,
I'm gonna say this. I couldn't nobody get me off the pool table. We played a couple times, and you kept the drinks coming. Like you kept making sure everybody was set that night. Like,
hospitality.
And this is my first time meeting you, Bekoe. You want a drink? I'm like, oh no, sure. But you made sure everybody that was around you was straight. You always been 100.
I come from a service family. Like my family was like park district coordinators and shit like that, like service type of people. So hosting is like, I know what's up when I come outside. I know I'm buying drinks. So because I know that, I choose when I want to come outside. If I don't feel like spending $1,000, I'm not coming outside. Tell quarters all the time, do I feel like spending $1,000 on this shit? Because I know I'm going to show love. We going to pop a couple bottles. If it's somebody's birthday, somebody release party, something, we going to do something. And it costs a G to come outside. Yeah. For how I want to move. Not saying that I have niggas on my ass all day, none of that. How my comfortability, what preserves me to leave the house, minimum a G. Anytime you see me with security, a driver, and my team, a G.
Do you get like set up, like do that satisfy you, make you feel good to know like my niggas having fun, like I can.
Mackie having the most fun in his life. Yes.
Shout out, Mackie.
Yes. Y'all know that. I think that was a good setup question, though. I appreciate it. Yes, we be in the house, bro. Like, but when I hear about him and he called me or whatever, he summer smashed this or that lyrical. Yes, I get a kick out of that shit, bro, because I did it, and I love that he could do it because he could have did a different route. He didn't have to listen to me. Mm-hmm. He could have been like, nah, nigga, you cool, but I ain't cool. I'm go do me. Oh, Mackie outside having a ball. So me and Corda talk about it 9 in the morning. I'll be having coffee. He'd be like, bro, little nigga was outside having a ball last night, wasn't he? He like, yeah.
What was it?
Like,
That's what's something like what was it that you saw in Mackie that you like that made you want to be like he needs to be a part of this?
Shit, he was finna die. On some real shit, nigga was finna die. I met him. He was already on some gang shit when I met him, heavy. And then he got shot when he was supposed to be with me. And I'm a big purpose nigga. I'm a big why nigga. I'm that nigga. So he was supposed to be with me that night. I chose not to go pick him up because I was tricking off, and he was out the way. He wasn't convenient to the trick off, and I went and made the move without him that we was going to go do together. And then I got a call 4 a.m, and at the time he was like dead. So trying to get his mama and all this other shit. So that happened, and then when he got out the hospital, he was in the hospital like 30 days or some shit. And then when he came home, I went to go see him, and then he was like really anemic. Like, it was cold out, and it was the wintertime and shit like that. He really couldn't move and shake like that. I'm like, we're going to go to the studio, and we turned on the heat on 100, and he started rapping. We made a song, put that out, then turned around, did the video, and then I was going through some transitions where I was, like, ready to be done as an artist. And I thought he was cool. Like, he had the numbers, he had the clout, he had what all the other drill rappers had at the time, but I also know what that means. I know what come with that. So it was more like, called him one day and I was like, hey, you love me, right? Like, I love you, right? He like, yeah. And I just told him, like, bro, you don't need to rap that shit. You ain't finna change your life with rapping. Ain't nothing special about you. You cool. You just like everybody else. But hey, if you come on this side, this business side, I'm gonna show you something. And he did. I swear to God, he just listened.
Damn.
So when he give me credit, I like to give him credit for listening. Because it ain't easy to listen. Like, I know what ego is, like,
That's
to this
real.
minute. So like, when I know nigga didn't have to listen. So as much as he give me the credit for guiding and leading and being a big brother and all of that, I give him credit for listening. Probably never told you that, because when you texting shit, that shit sound gay, but I give you credit.
Hey, no, that's some real shit to like you like
sure.
to tell a motherfucker like, yo, look, I love you, but you know, that shit ain't gonna work out for you.
Like, that shit, it ain't special. I never said he was whack because he had the numbers.
Right.
But and he opened up on tours, like, he had the alley-oop of the century. Like, I was still lit, so at the time it was like, I'm not doing a show if I had control like that. I was thinking like that. I'm not doing shows if I don't control the openers. So all my niggas was always on the shows. That's how South by Southwest happened, where I was 25 niggas out there, because other niggas was performing too. They just wasn't big on the flyer.
Right.
But no, he was okay, but he just wasn't finna change the world rapping. So I'm like, okay, come over here.
So I gotta ask you before we get into this break, with you being thorough and open with Mackie, like, do you allow people to be thorough and open with you when it comes to conversations on what you may need to work on?
That's why I become dick riding, because I'm gonna say future quarters again. When everybody be like, what'd he do? Why he ain't no title? Well, he do got a title, but people don't pay attention to it. But what'd he do?
What's his title?
He's vice president of the label.
Gotcha.
Vice president of D1CMG and vice president of New Regime Agency, which is our other company. But he my ear. He get it all. He get the personal shit, the disgruntled shit, when people playing with me, when I want to respond, when I want to react. Should I let it go? Before therapy, there's quarters. For sure. And then there's therapy every week, for sure. But he every day in the morning, and then we don't talk for that day, I'm kind of bothered, and I let him know that, like, what's going on? You acting weird?
You acting weird to me.
Hey. But nah, for real. And and those people should be highlighted, because they keep this thing going. Like, they play a role. You can't quantitate. You can't put it on paper. You can't put it as a job description.
Yep.
Nigga, just that.
See, quarters to you is Jones to me. That man keep my mental right, because you already know when we wear so many hats.
But I know I dump on him. I know it's a 60-40, and I know I give him 60 of me for sure. Like, I dump. You good? You cool? I bet. This what I got. For sure. That's just how it go. Might be 70-30.
Is your business struggling? Trying to get your followers up? No problem. You can advertise with us right now. Tap that link above. Now let's get back to the show. Now, before the break, we were speaking on, like, your ear, like someone that'll help you get through things. And I heard you say therapy.
Yeah.
Sure. And I'm thinking about therapy as well. One thing about therapy, though, that I've been learning from those, which I'm gonna get into with you as well, is you have to have the right therapist. I've been hearing that there's not a lot of right therapists or therapists of our color that can really help us through what we're dealing with. Yeah. So how has therapy helped you?
Well, I have a black woman therapist. Her name is Dr. Kesia Evans. So I'm going to shout her out. So if anybody want to book with her, Go fuck with her. She for real. She dope. But therapy it was that next level. You know, like as much as I dump on Quarters, I also understand he's a human and he can only take so much too, and he got his own shit going on. So you don't want to overwhelm a nigga or exert a nigga. But even though he'll take it any day from me anyway, but still, therapist is just sometimes when you want to be conscious, because my people ain't perfect either, you know. So they gonna give me their perspective, their experience, you know. And there's also a chronological way to look at things. So that's what I use therapy for. Therapy helps me with how to handle business better, how to forgive better, how to just really process things differently. You really look at the glasses half full. You really try to find the good in people before you find the bad. Like me and Cobbs was in the car earlier, and he was like, "Honk your horn," and I'm like, "No, I'm more patient than him," you know. But like that comes from just, you know, therapy again, like just being more patient and just like I'm a leader, and I really pride myself on being a leader. So that means I want to make sure that I have the bandwidth to take on everything that comes my way. You know, whether it's label shit, agency shit, compound shit, real estate shit, tech shit, kid shit, you know, spouse shit, whatever. You know, I just want to make sure I'm operating at my highest frequency to be able to handle all this shit, because I do believe I'm chosen for it. So you want to be prepared and just be, you know, mentally strong for it.
If you don't mind me asking, what was the moment that you felt like I need to go to therapy?
My last depression, which was like 2019.
What happened?
Got into a dark spot, just dark, didn't feel like nobody loved me, didn't feel like nobody appreciated me for all the shit I was doing for people. Just felt used from even like personal loved ones, you know, like just being a nigga that just provide for so many people. And I'll never forget, man, my birthday came, man, and I was I never was on no suicidal shit, by the way, because I know I take mental shit seriously. I was never on that, but I just definitely felt lonely. Like lonely as fuck. And I just remember watching Chicago PD. It was my birthday, and I didn't want to go out and I didn't want to party. And the minimum people like called me on that day and just said happy B-Day. And Quarters pulled up on me. He bought me some Prada cologne. That was the only gift I got that year, you know. But that nigga pulled up on me, and everybody kind of knew, because I wasn't moving like myself. Like I got real distant, like way more distant than I get on the regular. Like I wasn't trying to do shit. I wasn't on shit. And you learn in them times like who really like for you. And I learned at that time that a lot of people was just dependent on me, and that people just, as long as they could drain from me, it was cool. So that really helped change my whole approach about how many people can access me. I started creating filters. I started putting Mackie in the front of a lot of shit, like all of the little nigga shit that people be trying to play. I don't even hear it no more. Like, and then me and Quarters like on some daily shit, because I knew I had good people. But it was just like, I be moving so fast. So when I finally slowed down, it's just like, I do this shit called, like I just dump. Like you just dump everything. Like, and you decide what you want to pick up when you decide to pick it up. Like whether it was music or, you know, a building that I was in the process of buying. I might have not did shit with it for 2 weeks. Let me go ahead and stand on that. Like, you know, it was them type of things that I had to pick up and be like, all right, I know what's for me and what's not.
Shout out therapy.
Look, shout out there.
I'm definitely gonna talk to you off air, because
sure,
I'm interested in making that transition and you know, getting a good therapist to keep my mind elevated and right.
And this shit weird, man. You know, it's social media, it's perceptions, it's the
illusions.
Keeping up with the Jones. It's just all of that. Man. You know, it's a lot. You know, it's overwhelming right now. Because again, I'm saying that from a person who in their mid-30s, like early 30s. Like I came up in the 90s. I saw the 2000s. I remember when the world was supposed to end. I remember I remember 9/11. Like we just seen a lot. So like sometimes you don't really sit back and be like, yo, all this shit is noise. You know, we go hibernate. That's what another term me and bro use. Like we just go. I just came back on Instagram today, literally to promote our group project, and like just it was something else. I got on there for something, promote the interview. Like, cause I remember we was doing the behind the scenes shit. I'm like, man, I ain't even been on Instagram in 2 months, but I knew I had to like come promote the project and do other shit. But I've been perfectly fine not with Instagram. Like,
so you feel, so I mean, from hearing you say that, so social media is pretty much something you don't really tackle unless you need to.
It hurts my business a lot because I don't. But I'm also a nigga that was outside before the internet.
Same.
So like it's hard. I don't rely on this. You can't argue with me about the internet. It's the quickest way to get cut the fuck off with me is argue about some shit that a nigga created shorter than I've been alive. This ain't history. We ain't talking about some African American back in the 80s shit. You talking about some shit that a nigga made while I've been out here moving and shaking? Nah, man, we not arguing about that shit. Because if that shit didn't exist, what would your argument be with me today about? So it's like, it's certain shit I literally survive well. Twitter is different because it's a little bit different crowd. It's mature. Most niggas, it's immature. I see all the porn and all that goofy shit that they be doing, but I'm just saying, like, I'll find the same information I want to find out if something happened to somebody or something like that, or if the government did some wild shit. I can survive. NBA got Twitter. The shit I want to see, sports, the shit I'm cool. I could live there and be fine. I don't have a Facebook, I don't have a Snapchat, I don't got TikTok, I don't got none of that shit. But it do hurt the business because I have a following, and if I did push that more, it would help us more, but it ain't worth that. It ain't worth me being involved in some shit that I don't fuck with.
And it ain't worth, you fucking going into a mental depression over it either.
Nothing on the internet, nothing that bothers me, though. That's not it. I just got real life shit, like trauma and everything that everybody else in this room got. We just don't identify with it the same. But trauma and niggas getting shot and niggas dying, and me and bro was just talking about how insensitive we is to death. Niggas was dying like every week, like 6 months straight. We was just like, yeah, you heard about that? Yeah, you heard about that? Go on. Move on to the next conversation. So when it got to that point, it was like, all right, let me disconnect. Because half of these niggas I wouldn't know about if I wasn't on the internet, and I found out months later. So let's just do that, because I'm cool. My focus is it gotta just be on the right shit, because I know I'm gonna change so much shit. So I can't even distract myself. And if it's something worth hearing, I put up enough shit around me. If I need to know about it, I'm gonna know about it.
I mean, look, hell, your team heavy in the building. Shout out to the D1CMG crew, man.
Team. Shout out to my people,
man. I mean, since that's the transition into D1CMG, because like to see the team in the building heavy right now, man, it brings a good feeling for me. Like, I just want to say I'm proud of all of y'all, because the work,
man. We proud of y'all too.
It's showing. And then how we was just off air speaking about how you said you finally got that front office handled. I mean, let's talk about the front office and the administration of D1CMG real quick.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Future Quarters. That's the vice president of the label. That's just my voice when he everything. If I ain't me and he ain't me, I ain't him. Brianna, she's the head of communications and marketing. So leading rollouts, her first role with leading rollouts was like Kingpin Rue Project, the Undiscovered Hitmaker, where we collaborated with some third parties. But other than that, and then you got Mackie, who's the head of A&R. He the one outside. He the one, when it is rollout time, he with you at all your interviews. He at your events with you. He's coordinating your video shoots. He's keeping us, and he's getting money from us. Hey, Zelle me this. Hey, cash at me this. Hey, we got to pay this on this date. He more hands-on when it's time for that, And then, myself, I just serve as the head of D1CMG. We sign artists. We produce artists, we develop artists, we create artists, we do whatever it takes. We're a production company, in partnership with Empire Distribution. That's more of a just distribution. We got direct access to put out our music through their platform. I do my publishing with them now. So that's what people see as GTD, as a publishing company that we doing that. We just got serious about publishing. We had to go do a lot of backlog in publishing because we wasn't really taking publishing serious as a record label, to be honest. So now we are, and it's just a system, It's nothing different. It's not your TuneCores. It's not your distro kids. There's people that we have to talk to, but we also understand the situation we in. So I'm not an artist with D1. No artist is signed to Empire. So if they put out music, you're not going to see Empire with that artist, because they're not signed to the artist. They signed to the production company that's signed to that artist, to that label. So it's just it's a situation. It was something that we needed because we did TuneCore and made money on TuneCore and all of that. We wanted to kind of play in the big leagues, and we wanted to be a part of something. And you have to do an evaluation, by the way. You don't just get on Empire because you can go to a brunch in LA and hear about it. It's more about, they do an evaluation. They see your website. They see your numbers. They see your streams. They see your analytics. They see your impressions. And then they see how long you've been standing. They see all the data. And then if you qualify, then you set up a situation, So it's like a new thing that they doing. I expect more to do it in the future, and we get very little, support from them financially, to be honest. Like, I'm not finna sit here and say like they just threw a bunch of money at us. Like,
so is it more like a partnership with like I'm guessing the streams, like
just the back office?
Like
so we get people, we get team members, we get marketing team members, we get people that's on Empire, that's on the admin side that help us, But again, we also share a label as King Von, Posthumous. We deal with Jim Jones, Fat Joe. It's a lot of people. Dolph. It's a lot of people at Empire. You know, so
It is.
and it's a good place to be. It's a good system to learn in, especially for us because again, we don't come with no experience. All the experience has been through learning it in real time. So you know, to even just be on certain emails and know about certain structures, the way they doing things, it makes me want to run our company a little different too.
We had your artist Kingpin Rue up here speaking on that exact collaboration that y'all got with Empire.
That's
and he was excited. He told us about it because y'all had a show that same day last year at Promontory.
It's like his birthday. So.
Yeah, he was like he got overwasted. What was the feeling like for you to get that deal?
So this was one of them things I was kind of like, they was talking about it in the background for a few weeks. Just me and Alex and people from Eric. It's a bunch of people that played a part in it. And I ain't never been, and ask anybody off air, like I ain't never been a nigga that's, we about to do this. We gonna do this. Like, no, like if I say some shit, the shit done already, paperwork already signed, because I don't even like pump faking with nobody like that. Only person that really knew we was in early conversations was Quarters. And then the attorneys got involved, and it was simple because, you know, again, they didn't give me no money, so what the fuck, percentages, and just help me set up some publishing and learn some shit I really don't learn. It was cool. So I started kind of firing up the group chat. We had a label group chat. We have a label group chat, and I just kind of started sending them little snippets like, y'all ready? Just because I knew what was already going to happen. We was in due diligence at the time, so it wasn't nothing but to come out of that shit clean. And yeah, that was basically it. I really wasn't excited because I just know how much work go behind it. You know, like it wasn't simple. And then we was in the process of trying to get Brianna at the same time and like really bring something more to the structure of the label. So it was just like, it was just a lot of different angles worked at the same time. And when I came out that night, the shit had happened early. It wasn't even supposed to be announced that night because I don't like that either. Like we wasn't ready to announce it. But Rue was drunk. It was cool. I think people would have just forgot about it the next day.
You gotta go with the
started.
flow. You gotta go with the flow. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, so
so he just did. You know, it was cool though.
Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Riot, and I'm sitting pretty starting riots right here on iLLANOiZE Radio. And every single week, you come and you watch these great interviews, and you still ain't subscribed. What are you doing? Hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on too.
I actually want to jump back into D1CMG because it was a few artists that put me in tune with D1CMG as well, such as Jaas. Yeah. I remember you all had Jaas under. I mean, I don't know if she's still currently under there, but are you all still working with each other?
That's sis. That's my little sis. You know, we don't have any contractual relationships or nothing like that. But if she knows if she ever need me, she can call me. We talked last Sunday.
Yeah, she's super fucking talented, man.
But
go ahead.
Jaas is special, you know.
What put you in tune with Jaas?
I actually knew Jaas' cousin before I knew Jaas. But Jaas was a shorty. She was just around. And she had a pen. She always had a pen. But she didn't want to be an artist. She wanted to be a songwriter. So a few years ago, maybe 2017, 2018, 2016, something like that, she just wanted to be a writer. And I was like, nah, you could be an artist. And then when she came back around, she was just a little bit more mature, a little older. She was like, yo, I want to be an artist. I want to do some things. And then, I had gained interest, and I wanted to do something different than rappers. So I was like, all right, let's do that. And then it just got, business just got in the way.
Now, another artist, we actually brought this artist through by the name of ApolloSoGodly. We brought him through like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was a while ago, but I'm all about getting both sides of the spectrum. He said some things in which I'm gonna play a part of the clip, and I just want to hear your thoughts about things.
I've been knowing Mogul since we had a mutual friend that I went to high school with who went to jail for shooting somebody in the head.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna be real. He brought us together. He brought us together. I've been knowing Mogul since probably like 2014. I was never signed though. We just had a relationship. And then last year, I actually decided to sign with him. And then like the videos came out, but it was just like the relationship started falling apart when I started seeing like it just didn't seem. It's like you have the resources, but you don't know how to use them.
So that took place, like I said, some years ago. What are your thoughts about ApolloSoGodly's opinion?
Shout out to Young Boy, man. Apollo has since, called me and reconciled. He a little homie, The person he's speaking to, though, we have to clarify that's my real little brother he's speaking about. My little brother doing a 15-year bid right now on an aggravated attempt. And my little brother never brings me music. We come from a different background. We street niggas. So, like, when my little brother brought me something that's different, it's like we don't talk about music. We got other shit going on. So he was like, yo, you need to check this little nigga out. And I'm like, you don't bring me music, nigga. What you mean? And then he went to jail. And then he got convicted in 345. Then he told me to check out the little nigga. Apollo was working at Olive Garden at the time. And I was like, me and Slitter was just getting busy. Like, we was just really getting busy. And, Apollo had one song at the time. It was called Dear Shorty. It was a SoundCloud song. And it was actually like over a Bryson Tiller beat or some shit like that. And, I met with him. He didn't have no projects out. He didn't have none of that shit out. Even when we did Freak and Undergrad and all of that, like, that was his first offering as an artist. He was still learning himself. When I found him, he sounded like Drake. We did all of those records. We did that album. And I put him with Law Beats that I met through Torrance Lamont. Torrance Lamont introduced me to Law Beats, and then Law Beats, me and him locked in, and he did all my albums and shit. And I put him with Apollo, and then they created the project. And I came through, and I just signed off on the project. I was fine with the body of work, like, because that was his sound. It wasn't my sound. So, and then we put out, he had a budget. We put out the whole project, And it was just, things. It wasn't nothing for me. Like, again, the reason why I let him go at the time, it was character. I was a grown man when I signed him. I wasn't no little nigga. So all this attitude and all these little bougie ways wasn't going to work with a nigga like me who invested in you. I'm spending money on you. You working at Olive Garden and Chipotle. So like, and that's the part that people don't see. People see the finished product when I put it out with freaking Diamond Visuals, but he working with Zay at the time. Like, Diamond Visuals shot freaking Undergrad. Too. When we shot Undergrad, we took over a school with Chanel True,
Yeah, that was one of my favorite joints.
They got TV placement. And it's a little nigga from Park Forest we talking about. And his parents, like, he cool, he a young nigga, but he was another nigga I cuffed. And don't get me wrong, I'm not speaking ill of him, but when I made the decisions that I made, it was based off a precedent of what been said. And I'm one of the people, I count my losses early. I ain't finna just keep spending money, dumping money and time and relationships and energy. When you, even that comment to say, I don't know how to use them. No, nigga, I'm just not I don't make outgoing calls. I get incoming calls. Give me a reason for me to make a call. Because I'm already spending money. I'm already giving you your looks. We doing what we supposed to do. And we're a production company at the Better Way. I'm spending my money. That's what this interview can be about my money. Like, this is my money. This ain't no loan. I don't got one open loan running my social. This shit is off my money. The money that I could be feeding to my kids. The money that I could be putting into my people. So if I decide to believe in a nigga that I didn't birth, you owe me respect at all times. You should never be able to speak on me on a platform ill when I believed in you when nobody else did. I don't care who came after me, who decided to believe in you after I created it. I ain't make nobody. I ain't God, but I do put my time, energy, and relationships into people, and a lot of the times I don't get a return on that. And it's okay, because I do it from a pure heart. If you go on to be great or you go on to be not great, either way, I gave with great heart. I gave with great intention. I leave with love. So, like, for me, I don't got no bad blood about nothing, but let's just be honest, because niggas never hear from this side. They always hear from the artist side,
At being who you are and knowing that, certain artists, like you say, do something to make me call. You know what I mean? Do you think not being able to communicate that to you, or y'all having to actually sit down to discuss certain things?
I'm an adult, bro. I over communicate.
Right.
I told people today, I told Mackie to his face, you suck, bro. Like, that shit cool, but let's go get some money. I have harsh conversations. I know how to terminate. I know how to hire. I know how to make harsh decisions. I don't have those issues. I can have a conversation with anybody and not feel a way about you. I don't got to talk down about you. I don't got to say nothing negative about you. I could just have a conversation with you. Even if we disagree, we can agree to disagree. So for me, I'm always meeting, but the problem is nobody's mature enough to meet me there yet. People want to run to their friends and these platforms and all of that. Now, call me. The same way I allow you to call me when it ain't right. Or when you feel it ain't right, we can make it right. And shit you ain't stole no money from me. You ain't killed nobody I love. Everything, and I didn't, never mind. Either way, we can make it right. Stop playing. Like, we people got to learn how to grow up and communicate.
And
Go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say, and that's why I brought things up because, like I said, at the end of the day, as
there's more shit you can bring up. We can bring up all this shit, bro.
As a journalist, it's all about getting everybody's side of the story, and we didn't get a chance to catch up with you till what 3-4 years later
because it ain't nothing to talk about, bro. Because at the end of the day, when I put out the statement, I keep the same energy, you know. So like when I sign you and it's a big announcement, when I decide to part ways with you under certain conditions and terms, it's the same. It's not to bash you, it's to let you know. Just because I'm not going to see you out. I'm not going to see you out at the club. I'm not going to see you out at the bar. I'm not going to be at every party. So let me just let y'all know, hey, it's no bad blood with young boy, but I'm just deciding to go in a different direction because we don't meet in an area that I feel strongly about, which is integrity and character and respect. Fuck the money. I done spent hundreds and thousands of dollars, man. That shit is, it's about, can we meet at a mutual and respectful place? And when we can't, I just cut my losses early. He has no problems releasing music or none of that. Nobody ever seen no issues with that, right? Like, no, everybody's clean. I let you go. But when you go, you got to go. You know, so like, it's nothing wrong though, you know. And I don't blame him for being, he's circled the block and we've talked. We've had communication. He's a very direct young man when he want to be. He called me. We had a conversation. He apologized. It's cool. We in great space. But that don't negate what you said.
Did you see that interview before you like
see all that shit, man? Okay. I see everything, man. That's the problem. I see everything and I just don't respond. I ain't shit I don't see. I sneak. If I don't see it, Mackie, give it to me.
Damn.
And I personally be like, and I just get in to talk to him, get on FaceTime with him for 5 minutes, get over it, talk to quarters, get over it, and I just choose not to respond just because I got to decide what I want to put my energy into. Is something serious about the 72-hour rule? If I care about it 3 days later, address it. If it ain't, then it's over.
Wait, say that one more time for everybody about that 72-hour rule.
It's a 72-hour rule. Some shit bother you, chill on the first day. You can talk about it with your niggas, but just don't be reacting. It's the second day, see if it's still something. Third day, if it's something, address that shit. If it ain't, fuck it. And 99% of the time, it be fuck it because I'm a retired street nigga. When I mean that, I don't say it in a proud way. I say it in, you ain't harmed nobody I love and you ain't stole from me, so everything else is pointless. I'm not, because I don't know how to half react. I don't know how to just punch you. So it's like, I don't know how to just make my little niggas jump you. Like, I'm too old for that. And because it ain't worth you dying about, what the fuck we talking about?
What's something that people get a misunderstanding of Mogul? Like, what's
that you can play with me because I don't respond? Stop fucking playing with me. That's it. Just stop playing. Like, I'm grown and everybody know what's going on with me. And I don't say that in no popular way, but just because the nigga done grew up and I'm at home and I'm chilling, stop acting like I wouldn't put, like, I ain't been on the news for this shit. Like, I ain't been, like, come on, man, I didn't document it. It's news articles about this shit. Like, stop playing just because I choose to be a mature adult and I'm trying to absorb this corporate shit and really, like, you know, change my mentality. But stop playing with me. That's it. That's all that irritates me.
As far as like the perception that people, you know, most people, like what's the misunderstanding that people might not know about, you know, what's the misunderstanding
that I'm really cool and that we can get some money. I'm not just this standoff mean nigga. Like, no, I just don't play. I'm just not here for the play. Like, I'm too grown to be playing. That's it. I'm cool. We can if we are like-minded people, we can do something. Can I say that honestly, the more I'm developing and progressing in life, that I'm less interested to partner? Yes, because now I'm at a place where I don't really need partners. I could just privately invest or, you know, just do some cool shit one-off. But, like, long-term commitments, I'm kind of locked in. Unless it's, like, somebody that can really offer me millions, like multi-millions. But if we just going to keep operating at this cool little million mark where, you know, net and all of that goofy shit, like, then I just keep it like this. I don't really need to be talking to more niggas because I'm more value to niggas than niggas bring me value. So I'd rather just keep eating with my same team I could trust and we could just keep this shit cool. And if this is what it got to be, this is what it got to be. But I would love to do more.
And don't get it twisted because off air, you spoke on how you a big collaborator. Like, you want to
collaborate. Yeah. I wish people would call me. I'll be having dope ideas. I've been doing concerts by myself forever. I got some cool little Throwback Thursday shit that I just got. It was like a ticket that I had Tink, Ty Money, which is now known as Fat Money, Shamika, and myself on a show that I produced at fucking Club Encore or something hard. Like, I do shows like out of fun, just because I love to provide an opportunity.
And y'all did a D1CMG tour too.
We did shows.
Yeah.
We did D1CMG Live 1 and 2. Like, I host a show. Like, the first one, I was an artist at the time, so I headlined it. But then we bring all the artists to open up before me, so you only seeing me and mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't seeing other niggas. You just seeing I'm providing the stage for me and mine. We gonna get the door money and be cool. I did that twice. But then I do other shows where, like, I just produce shit and do shit. I did a tour, the Nights Like This tour. It got fucked up because of COVID and this one promoter nigga. But other than that, like, I had 100 Flex, OG Steve-O, Lil Blessing. It was two more people.
Remember that, yeah.
But them was the 3 headliners. But we had 4 shows set up, but we was coming on the back end of COVID before this new variant shit. And we got the first show in Gary and it went great. We had some small issues at the end with the promoter. But again, we have 3 more shows lined up, and then COVID and these buildings started tweaking again.
Right.
So, but I like to do shit like that. I want to do more. I want to do more collaborations, because the more you collaborate, the less I take on. You know, like, sometimes I could just throw some money at it. Sometimes I could be an influence. Sometimes I could just come put my name on it. Like, whatever we could do.
So what would it take for you to actually collaborate with another brand, outlet, or artist?
Offer me something, because let me know what I'm getting out of it, because we know what I can bring. I can do everything on the deal. So let me know what I don't have to do on the deal. And if you adding value there, that's one less thing I can worry about. Cool.
Right. Yo, what's going on? It's Illinois Jones. All right, for you niggas who making that trash, I need y'all to just scroll, just go right past. All right, for you niggas that's making that shit though, I need y'all to do me a favor and submit that music to ILLANOiZE.co. You feel me? All you gotta do is go to the contact tab, boom, then hit that submit joint. It's that easy. Send that shit ASAP. We need that. We up now. Peace. So who are the artists signed to the label?
Another keyword. Signed at the moment as of today. Lil Gizmo, Kingpin Rue. That's it. On paper. It's people who still around who, like, they gang and they family, but ain't no current paperwork. And you said signed.
Right.
Them the 2 who signed at the moment, on paper, on current paperwork, that deserve our attention.
What do you look for when you are signing an artist?
Something that just stick out, you know. Now I'm looking for, are you coachable? Like, can I coach you? Can I? If you think you know it all, why you here? So that's my new thing. And passion. We were speaking off that a little bit off air, like passion. I want to love it. I'm at the place now where I've done enough things, been a part of enough shit. Now it's like, if it's going to get me out the crib, if it's going to take me away from my kids, if it's going to take me away from my family, if it's going to take me away from other things that make me money when I just put my time into it, whether it's real estate, tech, whatever. I just want to care about it. I want to like it. I want to not feel like I'm just, you know, just doing some shit to be doing some shit. I'm past that phase of my life now. It's like everything that made me move, I just want to be passionate about it.
For sure.
And music is definitely one of those things.
Is it an artist out that you feel like, damn, I missed that. I could have hit that little motherfucker?
Cowboy. Who else? Cowboy just came to mind because he was the first artist I was going to give some real money to, too. But didn't matter. What's for us is for us. Me and Gatto was going to do some business. Ain't too many people that deals didn't happen.
Right.
We pretty much strike pretty high. But Floss Mob Chase, that was one I was looking at doing recently.
That's what I was finna ask you. Like, who's some current art
Like,
now?
Now, like, who you got your eyes on now that you'll be like, or your ears that you heard?
I was just talking about this earlier with the team. Like, Lil Gizmo. And I ain't trying to say that from I'm just saying every time I let somebody hear him, they like, oh, damn, he got it. But as far as, like, out there in the market, nah, ain't too much.
It don't even have to be just in Chicago either.
No, yeah, I wasn't just talking about Chicago. But I would sign somebody here before another state right now. But it's some things that I would like to. I always question myself about going back and doing it again. Like, I really thought about going to get everybody back that I parted ways with, like Apollo, Slitter, Jaas, and all great. Again, willing to go back because it's all healthy relationships. And I think we all learned, you know, during the process of one another. I always flirt with that idea, but then, you know, I just don't get around to it. But other than that, no, ain't nobody really right now that got my attention.
as being a label owner and being in Chicago, where they say, you know, we from a city of crabs in a bucket, what do you feel is missing from Chicago's music industry?
Well, I was never in the bucket, so I don't really give a fuck about the crabs in it. Like, but what's missing? It ain't really nothing missing. It's egos, and it's people that really just can't figure out how to work together. Cause like it's enough of us that have enough things going on that if everybody didn't have their own isolation shit going on, we could probably do something. Like I don't have to be a CEO at a company, right? Mm-hmm. Like I don't have to be that.
Right.
I could be the head of operations. I don't care about being the CEO. You know, I really don't. Like, I just want to play whatever role I play in it to the best of my ability and at the highest volume. So I could be the head of A&R at, let's say there was a new label and you put all the execs together, the Mickey Halsteds, the Lenny Hookses, the Mercs, the Moguls, the Shamikas, you just put us all together, right? Like Shamika got Don't Do Coke. You got, you know, you got all these companies, like she marketing the promotions, and you got, you know, y'all, you know, like if we just did, like if everybody could really just be like, yo, this is what I'm great at. Fuck what I'm good at, because you could be good at 10 things, but what are you great at? If you just owned in what everybody was great at, and everybody assumed a position at a universal company, meaning like a company that ain't just owned by one person, like if we could all be great employers for a minute, we could really get some shit going. But because we all entrepreneurs and CEOs of our own shits, and we got to be our versions of it, because we can't get into an employee or a contributor mindset, it's just going to be what it is.
Let's be real. Do you feel like that'll ever happen?
No, because it's a humility level that everybody ain't got. Like, I be the fucking promo team, the driver, the expense person. I just do a lot of roles, and everybody can't. Even everybody on my team can't humble down and do certain shit.
Everybody can't hold condoms.
Everybody can't hold condoms.
Everybody can't hold condoms.
Most people want to use them, hold them.
But it get deeper than that. Like, okay, how about this? I'll be the realest nigga in the room. Like the same way I highlight Mackie. Mackie at one point he took pictures. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Y'all knew that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mac don't shoot him, right? Like he got an LLC and he do a lot of shit under it. Like young nigga get busy, right? Mac ain't holding no camera today.
Right.
Call him and ask him to take a picture. He was like, nigga, what? Right? But that's it. And I'm always with my little nigga. But it's an ego. Because I will. If I knew how, I'd take a picture.
Look, you see my camera right here behind me.
I'll take a picture. But that's just, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because he's a hustler. I'm not mad at how my little brother operate. I just was the nigga that really carried the bags, and he did too. But he ain't going to carry it today.
He worked his way up.
Yeah.
No, because when I'm around my big homie, if my big homie asks me to do something, now I'm not saying he disrespectful in any sense. I'm just saying like I'm willing to do that. My big homie could be like, yo, go get me a coffee. And I don't give a fuck how much money I make, how many people under me, all of that shit. I'll still go get him a coffee. I know you would, but I'm just making an example. Would you argue about it first? Yes. Damn, why you didn't? Damn, bro, why you ain't call somebody up? But funny. Me, I'm just gonna do it. You know, so it's a humility level, and everybody got to get there at their own time. Because I wasn't always this humility nigga. I wasn't always the humble nigga. Shit, I actually used to be the opposite. But it's because people brought it out of me, you know. So I just felt like at one point, niggas just wasn't respecting this shit. So I was just making them respect it, you know.
Got to do that.
And that might have came with, you know, niggas feeling away but whatever.
I gotta transition, my brother. Let's speak about the compound, because
that's safely for sure.
The compound most definitely is something that, to my knowledge, is it's new. I'm pretty sure that you all have been working on it for quite some time.
Yeah.
But break down what the compound is, because I've been seeing a lot of artists take photos there and just a lot of people visit. So break down the compound.
Multi-creative space. Studios, 2 studios, podcast room, a lounge with a pool table. And then we rent out spaces to other people as well, like just, you know, 500 by 500 rooms that you can have an office in, a studio, a barbershop, shit like that. It's 10,000 square feet. It's on the south side of Chicago. And it's still there to this minute. We making some changes, you know, going through some organizational changes, but yeah, we there.
Damn, so you just said pool,
barbershop,
a barbershop.
It's a barbershop space in there. Some other studios that's not owned by us. We got 2 studios, an A and a B room. We got a podcast room. We got a photography room with a green drop, red drop, black drop, and white drop. And we got a kitchen, full kitchen. We got a lobby. We got Yeah, front courtyard, private garage for certain people.
You got a house.
Yeah.
It's 10,000 square feet. It's
And
crazy.
you said it's on the south side.
Yeah.
What made you all choose that location?
Kind of fell in my lap. My partner brought it to me. He was just like, yo, we should do this dope shit. And again, why people say I don't like collaborating. I don't own a compound by myself, and I never said I did. I got one partner, though. We 50-50. Shout out Khalif. But yeah, he had the space. It was a layup. He was kind of just like, and the first time I was like, nah, I wasn't ready because I knew we needed to spend some money. And then the second time, Quarters kind of played a role. He was like, bro, why won't we? We was down on 35th, an incident had happened, and we was like, why won't we go big and get this big-ass space? And I'm like, all right, we could just use this as an office space, use this space for the label, open up the studio, get some studio time going, shit like that, host listening parties. We do everything at the compound.
How can people...
Mackie take meetings at the compound all week, all type of shit, consultations, all type of shit.
How can people, reach out, set up, studio sessions, or even reach out to rent out the space?
You can reach out to Mackie. You can reach out to the Compound 115 on Instagram. It's in my bio, but it's at the Compound, THE Compound 115. Somebody's always checking the DMs, and or just somebody around me. You know, it's very still like boutique-ish for a reason. I just ain't blown it up just because. The responsibility of just having a 24/7 facility, and that's a studio. So
that's the security and shit.
Something can happen at 3, 4, 5 in the morning. That's on my name. And I already had this happen to me. So like, I'm real big on like people just walking their people outside and just because I just don't want to wake up to no more wild calls, man. Everything happens to me at night. Nothing happens to me during the day for real. Like that's always some shit that I'm getting woke up for between 10 and 5. So I just. I want to get to a place where we staff it appropriately, but then I've spent summers paying people hourly wages to be there 30 hours a week, and I just wasting my money just because people just not really posting it on their Instagram. They not, vacuuming. It just be little shit, man. It's just like it's a lot of responsibility to come with that big-ass building. My light bill be people rent. So like, it ain't the most funnest shit to own. It look cool, it's cute, but the responsibility of that motherfucker is huge. It's 10,000 square feet. My yard bill is $200 a week. Snow $500 a week. Because you got to make it safe. Because it's a liability. It's a commercial property. It's not a residential. So it's a whole different real estate game. I was in residential before, so getting into commercial was just a whole different thing. So when it snow and everybody thinking about cuddling, I'm trying to make sure motherfuckers finna get over there and get that snow. Because I can't have a slip and fall. Can't have shit like that and get sued. So, it's a different level of responsibility. I want to hire a manager, somebody that's going to take it serious. And honestly, I hate to say it, but somebody that's willing to work off a little passion and a little bit less pay. Because it's a free studio you could be in all day and be, making shit shake. But, like, I can't just be paying a nigga 80 hours a week to be there and just be chilling and smoke 80 hours every 2 weeks to just be there 8 hours a day and ain't no money coming in that motherfucker. So... It's a big building, man, but it's always open for what they call them, an open house and shit like that. I think Mackie got some artists having a listening party soon. It's a cool size space, man, but it's for us, it's ours, So I get mad every month when I got to pay these bills with my partner. We be irritated with one another, be having Duce sidecars like, fuck, man, we gotta pay fucking light bill. Niggas ain't no sessions this week, ain't no fucking what then, but but we still love having it, man. It's just I know it's all, I know the laugh, man. It's good to have it, man. It's good to have it. So
that should be a real clearance.
It's a real thing, and a nigga gotta really drink after them in the conversation because it's like, cause I don't, and again, I be there the least. So it's like I be like, fuck.
You be like, yeah, it's that time of the month, shawty.
So but I'm getting better with it mentally. I'm getting better with it mentally. That shit never gets old though. So it's a beautiful space. It's what I'm saying, 10,000 square feet, 3.5 levels. We want to create, we want to build, we want people to come in and help us build this, this facility up as the compound. We want it to be all things creative. If you cut hair, if you paint, we got art on the wall from Rico to Great. We got all type of shit, but we want to build, and that shit can't be done alone. So it go back to, again, people being contributors. We don't have to own 10 buildings. We could just own 2 buildings and do 20 things in that motherfucker.
For sure. I want to know. Go ahead.
Jinx, my nigga. I was just gonna say, I was gonna get into the investment because, like, you spending so much money.
Yes.
Like, I will get tired of spending money, but so I'm like, okay, well, what investment has brought you, the most return or brings you the most return?
Real estate and tech.
Okay.
And to keep it a gangster, Like, I ain't making no money on music. I'm not. I use real estate money and tech money to fund music because music is not worth what I got to go do to make the money. I got to go be there, be present, club runs, all of this, and ain't nobody around me larger than me personality-wise, meaning like I can go out and pretty sure I can get a club booking right now. But it's like nobody around me can. It's not worth it. Even if somebody get around us get a club booking right now, is it worth me coming out to get 10% of that?
Right, man.
Get $20 to leave my house. I just told y'all what it cost me to come outside. So like, I'd rather just do tech because it's all honest people. It's all people with degrees. It's all people with common sense. Things like that. Like, it ain't really no ego. It's corporate politics, but it's a cool. Real estate, I can see it. So I ain't really the Bitcoin guy and all of that. I can see my properties when I ride on all three of them. I see them. And I always know I could pull out of them if I have to. I can go get the equity out of all of them if I needed to. So, but you said a few times you're a retired street nigga. Yeah.
So what got a retired street nigga in a tech?
My watch. It was one of these, but it was a buzz down version. I had a buzz down Patek Philippe. I was in Vegas at the Vidara Hotel. That's where I stay at when I'm out there, and the rooftop of the hotel, I was taking some 1942 shots. It was like when 1942 first started being a thing for us, and my watch, it was just doing what they do. It just hit. And the dude who sat next to me, he was like, "Nice watch," and we just had a watch conversation. And he ended up being Matt Mahoney, the owner of Grubhub. He owns Grubhub. He just sold Grubhub like 2 years ago, and we was having some candid conversation, and he was just like, Grubhub was like a big. Niggas use it to order their food,
right.
And he had an office downtown Chicago, like right on Washington, and he was like, when we get back to Chicago, just come see me. I'm like, all right, whatever. I text him. He like, come to the office, and then that went from I started to be a consultant because I just common sense and numbers. Like, why are you doing it that way? Black people don't do that. Just tell them things about the app. Like, no, we don't like that. That's dumb. And then it was so blunt and honest that he was like, yo, I got something for you. Like, you can get benefits, you can get health benefits, whatever. I pay you a salary, what the bam. And I was like, and I remember when he gave me a salary and it didn't add up to what I thought it was. I'm like, yeah, you got to give me some more money. And then he was just like, yo, you should go do, you seem to be so interested in tech. Like, you just got a different perspective. Like, you should go lead people in tech. And that's just where it started. Started with a relationship with him, and that turned into another relationship that I met somebody else at the golf course, and then met with them, and then it turned into, hey, come be this head of IT over here. And now I'm at head of IT for one of the largest financial wealth management firms in the U.S.
Damn, my brother. All from the tick of the watch.
From a watch.
Nice watch. It cost me a lot.
Because we wouldn't have had a conversation if it started with watches. I'd never make that up. It started with watches. I have a thing for watches. I got like 5 nice watches. Niggas didn't see me give niggas Rolexes and shit like that. When I do that, I love watches. So like I had Mogul chains and D1CMG. I still got all them chains and everything. I just don't wear mine.
But you gonna wear a nice watch.
I'm always wearing a nice watch. So then the conversation started off the watch. Where I got mine from, where he got it from. He was very, his wasn't buzzed down. So that's when I stopped getting buzzed downs. He was kind of one of the reasons because it was just cleaner and it just spoke more value, more, wealth. It didn't say I got money loud. I was on the other side of that where I don't want to be that now. Like I love what I do. Everybody know what's going on. Everybody know I ain't no broke nigga. But I'm just saying, like it ain't about that no more. Like now it's about I don't have nothing to flex on no more. We had our fun. I did the clubs. I done show my niggas the world.
Right.
I done show my niggas the world. We didn't have some great times. Am I lying?
No.
So,
what's something that Mogul wanna do that he hasn't done yet?
Yet. Something I want to do that I ain't done yet.
It could be work wise, hobby wise. Matter of fact, both hobby wise and
I want to take
wise.
a month off. That's something I really want to do, and then something I haven't done yet. It's just some places that I had on my list to travel to abroad. Like a couple places I haven't been. Like I ain't been to Dubai. I ain't been to Johannesburg, a couple places like that. I was watching a Chance interview earlier this week on Breakfast Club, and he was talking about coming back from Africa, and that was like them some of my places. But with the Brittany Griner shit and all of this weird shit going on,
just
man,
don't bring no weed. Just leave the weed alone.
But I got background. It's a lot of shit, so it's just like it ain't worth it. I'd rather just stay home, right now. So that was probably the only thing. Probably travel. I do want to take like 30 days off and not do nothing. I do record label, tech, agency, real estate, nothing. But
Any
it's hard to do
business
that.
that you would love to get into? Or type anything business wise that you would love to do that you just been like, damn, I want to do it. I just got a lot on my plate right now.
Restaurants. So not really restaurants, like lounges. I want to do a lounge. I want to do like just like a lounge, like a nice spot, a happy hour spot, like from 5 to 2. But I know what it took because my big brother owned the spot called Iceberg back in like the early 2000s. He brought Jagged Edge, R. Kelly to everybody. And I just knew what it took. And he was the one that taught me all the music shit. And I realized how much he had to sit still to open that up. Like, because it's a big business you can steal in. It's a big business that just got a lot of activity in it, bartenders and in and out staff and low retention. So I understand that in order to open like a club or a restaurant or something, well, not club, but like a lounge, like a 5 to 2 spot, I would have to not be doing as much and have to be able to stay here and be there every day. But that's down. I'm a lifestyle person. I like investing in things that's part of my lifestyle. Right. I like to go get a good drink, you know. So if it's mine, I would love to go sit there. Like studio, I own it, so I can go be there. Properties, my home, I own them, so I can be there. So like I like doing lifestyle shit. So anything with my next investment is something that people should know about is a No Cobbs. Y'all ever heard of that restaurant?
Mm-mm.
No Cobbs.
What kind of restaurant is it?
I mean, we used to snatch people food when we buy food. Say No Cobbs.
Yeah, but so this is a black-owned small franchise. They got 2 locations, but they got like loaded potatoes with like Philly chicken in them, or like Philly steak and shit like that, or like shrimp and steaks. But they're a takeout restaurant. You can't really sit in. It's like JJ size, but nigga food.
Okay.
They sell Kool-Aid, you know, shit like that. So shout out to the 2 No Cobbs locations. One is in
damn.
Kool-Aid? Boy, did you see the smile on my face?
They on Flossmoor, one location, and the other one is on Torrance. But they both in the burbs, so it's a franchise I'm buying it to. I'm finna open up one of those. That's gonna be my first shot. And the crazy part is, fucked up how the university is, but my little cousin in the room, Maddie, his big brother, was he's my cousin, you know, long story short, street background, all of that, whatever, but his brother ended up coming out of jail and going to Le Cordon Bleu and becoming a chef. You know, and that was always one of our plans. So we had another cousin that passed in our neighborhood called Merle, and his big brother Cooney got a spot called Merle's Kitchen. He just really do like catering and shit like that. But Mush, God bless, rest in peace, cuz he went to Le Cordon Bleu and became a chef, and that was our plan. Like the plan was for me to fund it, put him up, and we was going to do a restaurant, but I wanted to do a franchise, something that we didn't have to build from the ground up, that we can kind of just get all the recipes and just add our sauce onto it. Right. That was our plan, you know, and, you know, he met his demise less than 2 years ago.
But you sticking to the plan.
We sticking to the plan for sure, and this is the reason why, again, when people talk about the seeds I sow, it's my little cousin, he got to be with me. He part of the rider now, he part of the play, like he part of travel. So, but that's like, again, the relationship that me and his big brother had, like he put me on in the streets, like when it came to, like, I can say it because he passed now, but he was my plug. He gave me my first ever shit on consignment, you know, like, and niggas ain't doing that, but he did that, you know, and we just like that, like we like that, like it's a few of us, it's like 6 or 7 of us in our family, we like that. So I just feel indebted, you know, because I know he was with me anyway. Like he used to travel with me. His big brother used to travel with me. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like inherited. It's like he got to do it anyway. He loved to do it, and I love having my real family with me and the people that keep me whole. You know, but it was kind of mandatory.
So we got a Cobb on the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Whew.
23.
2023. What where?
It's gonna be on Lincoln Highway, Chicago Heights. It's gonna be in my neighborhood.
Hey, can I ask?
Grand opening.
Can I ask for a favor?
Pull up. What up?
Can we broadcast live?
I would
on
love
grand
that.
opening.
Grand opening.
I would love that, bro.
Grand opening. We broadcasting live from No
Cobb.
Cobbs.
Spring 23. I don't really say things too early that people don't need to know, but I already got my letter of intent. Everything cool. That's franchise fee, so you're just getting a space. Y'all actually, you know the spot I'm getting, but it's the Ashland Lincoln Highway next to the gas station.
And that's not too far from the expressway. It don't sound like
it's
neither.
like 2 miles off the expressway, but it's like our strip. Like, so all we got out there is like Big Boys and Nickies and shit like that. But this is like a whole different cuisine. It's like nigga food. Like I said, it's Kool-Aid. It's steaks. You could get a steak at 1 a.m. at my spot. You could leave Jimmy's a strip club, come down the street and get a steak. It's gonna be mine.
Smart.
I just got to figure out who's gonna work in that motherfucker. Because his brother was really a big part of the play. I'm good at standing up businesses and walking away. I'm bad when I got to stay in them because I really want to go do other shit.
Damn. Well, Cobb is on the way.
No Cobbs on the way.
No Cobbs.
No Cobbs on the way. We gonna be broadcasting live out that thing. And Mogul, man, I appreciate you taking our time.
Most
Thank you for
definitely.
having me. And I appreciate you reaching out, bro, because you reached out to me. You know,
Definitely.
like I'm not trying to say it in no way besides the humbleness that you haven't been over at the other platform. I don't know if I can say that out. This your shit
yeah.
right here. You been over there
Ain't no
Bekoe and doing the
competition.
thing. Even everything that you doing over there, you know, it's paperwork, be. I know you own this one. I know you don't own that one. Not yet. Not yet. It's coming though, right? We own that.
I plead the fifth.
We're gonna acquire that motherfucker one day. We're gonna speak that in the universe. But I'm just saying no. But I appreciate you reaching out, bro, because I know we all be moving and shaking, and you really just reached out like, yo, I want to have you on the show, and that meant a lot because, you know, I appreciate anybody that considers me, you know, because I'm just you don't have it's a million shits going on in the world right now. You ain't got to think about Mogul, so I appreciate that.
Bro, it's been long
It's
overdue.
overdue. You been rescheduling this shit?
Yeah, I done wrote you down on my to-do interview list back
That's
in like
love, bro.
2018.
That's love.
For real,
We
for
made it
real.
happen though, and had a great conversation on and off air.
And yeah, real talk.
So many of your artists been through here.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Shout out the whole team,
Yeah.
man, and shout out, you know, the future endeavors to come, man. I hope everybody's in great spirits. That everybody I ain't talked to. I've talked to almost everybody though, so you know, I be at fault sometimes. I get little. I can't get Persian and Mac. I get bad sometimes. I just need to be going away and get my shit right because shit's a lot on the nigga. So it ain't nothing wrong. Ain't never nothing wrong. Just let me keep it together.
Well, I do got to tell you, let people know where they can find you. Oh, before that too,
Yo.
shout out D1CMG.
Shout out D1CMG.
Damn, that the whole
the label.
squad was definitely in the building.
Shout out
Heavy.
D1CMG.
Man.
Shout out Quarter. Shout out Mackie. Shout out Brianna. Shout out fucking Kingpin, Root, Gizmo, Nina, Khalil, Torrance, Lamont. Yeah, I think that's everybody.
Yeah, and now give
Shout out
out.
Weasel Sims.
Oh yeah, definitely. We got some stories about it. But let people know where they can follow you, how they can get in tune with all things, my brother.
Absolutely. You can follow me at Mogul Says on Twitter. That's the only thing I don't turn off. Like, Twitter be there even if I don't touch it for a couple of days. Follow me on Instagram at iam.mogul. I'll probably be there another week, and I'll be back off of that platform. And then go to D1CMG.com, you know, for all things label related. And then, yeah, just follow me. Let's connect. You know, let's just talk.